Hello, I'm Paul Pluta from Paul Pluta Prestige, and today I'd like to talk about the Audemars Piguet Royal Oak in quartz. And for many years I really lusted after a Royal Oak, and finally I was able to obtain a two-tone Royal Oak, and it was a quartz piece. The price was very affordable, because quartz is now really quite terminal, and the size on this piece here, the diameter was 33 mils. And I gotta be completely honest with you, some people would say, geez, that's a bit small, but in all honesty, I actually found the size to be pretty damn good. And I've got to be completely honest here, later on I sold the two-tone quartz piece, and I ended up buying a steel Audemars Piguet Royal Oak with an automatic movement. It was the 36mm version, and I thought, look, it'll be a smidgen bigger, it'll be perfect. But the funny thing is, it used a very similar size bracelet to the 33mm quartz, and it felt a smidgen bigger, but I was still lusting after a bit more size, so it probably didn't satisfy me as much as I thought it would. But the quartz Audemars Piguet, it was a beautiful piece. It's very elegant in the sense that it doesn't have a second hand, which, you know, that's how the original Jumbo came out, without a second hand. It was very elegant, but I gotta be honest with you, any of these old Audemars Piguets you buy, they can be trouble. And what I mean by that is that to change the battery in an Audemars Piguet, you have to take the whole bloody watch apart. And this is a quartz piece, so you often need to change the battery after a few years. And because it's it's an upper luxury brand watch, it can be quite fiddly and quite a pain in the ass to do simple things. And heaven forbid if something went wrong with the circuit in your quartz Audemars Piguet, I mean, you'd only course of action would be to take it to AP, and it'd cost a mozza. And is it really going to be worth that much after you've spent a mozza on it? And it's still going to be undersized. It's just got so many things with it, and I got to be honest with you. The reason I got rid of my two-tone quartz AP was because the screw-in crown had developed a problem. It needed a new crown and tube, which very expensive to do. And the glass had been slightly cracked when someone had sent the watch off to be polished. So they're a fiddly thing. They're a very delicate watch. They're beautiful. I love them. It's like owning a vintage Ferrari, like say a Dino. It's beautiful. It's a piece of art, but it's also very fragile. And if you're not careful, you can really fuck it up, and it'll cost you a fortune to fix. But I think you've got to be a bit careful. Any of these Audemars Piguets in quartz, got to be a bit careful. If it goes bad in a big way. Okay, let's have a look at the rating for an Audemars Piguet Royal Oak in quartz. Okay, so for the brand itself, I'm going to give it a 9. For this model, the Royal Oak model, I'm also going to give it a 9. Because you got to remember, the Royal Oak, the quartz version, it was right in the middle of the quartz drive there. And this was the early 70s it came out, so the Royal Oak didn't start selling in bigger numbers until the early 80s, and quartz was the flavour of the month then. For the movement itself, look, it is a AP movement, but it's a bitch. Anything goes wrong, it's going to cost a fortune. I'm going to mark that down. I'm going to give it a 6. The overall quality and finish of the piece, I'm going to give it a 7, because it is a high quality piece. And finally, the Paul Pluta Prestige rating. I think this piece deserves an 8. Total it all up, that gives us 40 points. The Audemars Piguet Royal Oak in quartz scores 40 points. Thank you for watching this review.